So it is. It's been studio time all morning. I wanted to do a quick little vlog video, kind of give you a peek in what the midday of development looks like. I am currently working on a couple of different things. We've got some sound editing going on. I've got some special effects, lighting things going on here, and I've also got some rough animation stuff going on. So, and yes, I'm holding the camera because I don't have a proper selfie stick or whatever. But so I did PopCon Indie last weekend. We had a great weekend. It was a big weekend. Sold a ton of Araura books, collected volumes of the comics and stuff. Lots of people backed the Kickstarter and stuff like that, which was awesome. And we're doing great on that. And I caught the con crud. I caught some really, really rough con crud. It was wild. I was down for like 2 days. Usually it's just like a little sore throat or you lose your voice or something like that. I was down. So, but back up and running. Back up and doing what I love, working on the show, even doing some work on the comics a little bit. So, but what's going on right now? We've got some audio going on. I'm doing some audio edits, some adding some Foley and some other stuff to this scene. This is going to complete out the full OVA. This is more depth to the scene with Renzia and the kids. Just adding a little bit of stuff. EQing some audio hiccups that I found and stuff like that for the final version. And then over here, I've got special effects running for, as you can see, well, maybe, there we go. As you can see, I'm working on some fire stuff for the battle scene, well, one of Maku's battle scenes in the show. So what this is I've got several different layers of fire and flames. This right here is kind of a layer with just the cinders and a big bolt of fire, and then I add layers to it, the back of the fire and everything. So I love doing the special effects for the show and working on little things like that. Bringing them in, adding the glow, adding the things. I think I'm going to do a live stream or a tutorial video soon on just how I go about doing the effects. But just to let it run, that's it running at 24 FPS. I'll probably slow it down a little bit, like 18 frames or 15 frames per second, just to give it that like classic old school anime look. But that's basically what's going on there. And then over here, I've got some new animation going for a new scene that no one's seen yet. This is going to be Renzia, but this is just, animating layers so I can have maximum control over all my layers and stuff like that. So as you can see, the timeline rolling here over at keyframes. I've got... I'm working on the cleans right there. The cleans at the top, you can kind of see the labels there. Clean, rough, for the clothing layers. You can kind of see that running. You can see that running in real time. So that, be working on that. I'll be finishing this scene up later on tonight. And there's going to be a lot more to this, obviously. Backgrounds and stuff like that going in. So I've got 3 things open at once right now, and this is kind of the life of an independent creator. If you want to do this kind of thing on your own, prepare for long days and weeks of just having 4 or 5 programs open, working on, you kind of get burnt on working on this thing, then you move over and work on this thing. You get burnt on working on those 2 things, you move over and work on this thing. It's just, that's kind of the pipeline I have right now. And it works for me. I know it sounds messy. I know it sounds like, oh, how can he possibly do that? How's this even a thing? It works for me. I think everybody just kind of has to find their own workflow, their own pipeline. I don't think the classic animation studio pipelines, not to say they don't work. I think they work still. But you take the bones of that and build your own thing from it. Does that make sense? So you take all that that's on the internet that you can go read books on and stuff like that, and just make it work to what you want to do. Make it work to what feels good for you. A lot of what took me a long time to get to the point that I am now with my pipeline, and my pipeline is seamless now. It's like a seamless workflow. Like I can literally do the work of 5 people in like a couple of weeks. Like because I've attuned it to how I like to work. You know what I mean? And you can do that too. The green dots right there. Okay, let's make sure. You can do that too. Whatever works for you. You got to make it work for you. Don't make yourself fit into a space that isn't you. Does that make sense? Like, if you read how Disney or Pixar, or in my case, like Madhouse or Production IG or somebody like that, did their thing back in the day or still currently do their thing, that's great for them. Use that as a guide, but don't change yourself and your voice and your vision to feel like it has to be that. Use that as a framework. Find who you like, find who you admire, find who you respect as far as their work and your inspirations and things like that, and use that as a framework. But don't make that everything. Find you in that. And that's what took me a long time to do, and that's what I'm doing now. And now I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun. Yes, I say I do the work of 5 people, more than that really, but on the daily average about 5 people. The difference is I'm having a lot of fun with it now. I'm having so much fun with it now, and you can too. And I like doing these little vlogs like this, so expect a lot more of these. But that's just what I'm working on today, and getting over the con crud. That's why I still sound a little congested and a little weird. Getting over the con crud, preparing for another big convention. I'll be at MomoCon in Atlanta next weekend, representing with Araura. So if you're going to be around, come into town, come hang out, come see what's up. So also, we're still running the Kickstarter for another week. So if you're into that, check it out. Help us get funded and push toward those stretch goals and all that other kind of good stuff. So a lot more coming. June is right around the corner, and we're going to be putting up part 2 in June. So I'm excited. I got to get back to work. So thank y'all for checking it out, and I will catch you very soon. Keep rocking. I'll catch you later.